Hi class, thank you for logging on and accessing this video. Tonight we are going to be doing a short background and information about the Electoral College system, and then tomorrow we're going to use this information for an activity that will simulate what the Electoral College looks like and how it is working currently in the US. So some of you might have heard of the Electoral College system and know how it operates, but many citizens in the US actually do not know how it works, and so that's what we're going to be looking at today. The Electoral College elects a president every 4 years. It is in the Constitution. It was written down in Article 2, Section 1. It says, the executive power shall be vested in a president of the United States. He shall hold his office during the term of 4 years, and together with the vice president chosen for the same term to be elected as follows. So that is saying every 4 years we will elect a new president and vice president. How does this happen? Each state shall appoint in such manner as the legislator thereof may direct, a number of electors equal to the number of senators and representatives to which the state might be entitled to Congress. So what that means is we add up the number of senators, which every state has 2, and the number of representatives. That number is going to vary based on the population or the number of people within a state. So each state has a different number of Electoral College votes. The map that shows us how many each state has is in front of you right now. A larger state in population is going to have more votes. So a state like New York is going to have 29 votes compared to a smaller state next to us, such as Connecticut, that has 7. It is based on the number of people in your state. That is how you get a larger number of Electoral College votes. So you can see the size of Alaska, that state is huge. They only have 3 compared to 55 in California. It all just depends on how many people live there. So how many do you need to win? There are 538 Electoral College votes. All you need is a majority, so you just need over half. What is half of that? And 1 is 270. Once a president gets 270 Electoral College votes, they win. So who picks the electors in each state? The citizens elect the electors, or the people who will be putting in the votes for that state. This means that the Electoral College is an indirect election system. A direct election system is that your one vote counts towards that majority. Here, we are giving our vote to the electors. So we're telling them who we want to vote for, and they do it for us. We don't actually elect the president ourselves. This group of electors does it. So, how do we know that the elector will vote for who we want them to? It is based in most states on a pledge system where the elector pledges to vote in the way that the state has voted. So most states are winner take all, which means that if, let's say in New York, that majority of people voted for Hillary Clinton, all 29 of our votes went towards Hillary Clinton. Which you might be saying, but that doesn't mean everyone wanted her. Well, yes, but that is how the Electoral College system works. And you say, but why? There seems to be flaws in that. Well, there's 2 reasons about why it was set up. The first is that most American citizens in the 18th century, when the Constitution was written, were mainly concerned with farming and generally making a living. The framers of the Constitution were concerned that the average citizen wasn't knowledgeable enough about politics, nor had the access to current information to make a wise decision. So people back then did not have the technology and did not have the communication tools that we have today to learn about the candidates, to hear what they are saying, or to make a wise, educated vote. You would have to go to a rally or to a speech in order to hear what the president stands for, and that could be very difficult back then. The second reason is that the Electoral College system allows small states to have an impact on an election. You might have heard of swing states, the states that are small, but those votes are essential. So let's say New Jersey, they've got 14 votes. It is essential that we win that small state because that could potentially swing the election in your favor. Every state then matters. They might not do a ton of campaigning in New York because they know that New York is typically a blue state, will typically vote for Democrats, but there's some small states that will swing either red or blue, and we're going to see that. So what are some criticisms like we just talked about? This winner-take-all system might not be the best. This winner-take-all means that one candidate receives the majority of citizen votes. That is an exception in Maine and Nebraska, where they do not use the winner-take-all system. Here's an example of 2016. This is Florida. Trump had 4.6 million votes and Clinton had 4.8 million votes. Therefore, Trump received all of Florida's 29 Electoral College votes, which was huge in him winning the election. Did you catch it? This means that if you were one of the 4.4 million people in Florida who voted for Hillary Clinton, you had no say in the outcome of the national election. This is pretty interesting. It's the people who have become president but did not win the majority vote of the people. This includes John Quincy Adams, Hayes, Harrison, George W. Bush in 2000, and Donald Trump in 2016. So you can have a larger number of votes from the citizens, but remember that winner-take-all system says that all votes in the state now go to that one candidate. So your vote can be lost if you did not vote for the one that the winner-took-all votes went into. And finally, you ask, is this going to change? It seems like a flawed system. Many people don't like it. They think that the people should choose the president. But here's why it's very unlikely that it's going to change. Politicians are forced to pay attention to the needs of small states and rural areas. It makes the presidential candidates more aware of the issues in these smaller states. It's impossible to earn 270 Electoral College votes without gaining the support of at least some of the small states. So they need to go there. Normally in an election, they would just forget those states, go to the big ones, try to reach as many people as possible, but this system forces them to go to the small states. Also, a change to the system would require a constitutional amendment. We don't see many amendments in our lifetime. In order for an amendment to be ratified or passed, 3/4 of the states must approve it. Do you think that a small state would vote for an amendment that would take their power away? Probably not. If you have any questions about today's or tonight's lecture, please write that down, bring it to class tomorrow, and we can discuss it. You can also post your question on Google Classroom. I'll be on tonight and can answer those questions for you. But I am excited to do our Electoral College activity tomorrow.